guys, welcome to ITS, Information Technology Skills. On this video, we're going to discuss method overloading in C Sharp. This is the 15th topic of our C Sharp full course tutorial for beginners. So let's start. What is method overloading? Method overloading is a feature in C Sharp that allows multiple methods to have the same name as long as they have different parameter lists. The difference can be the number of parameters, type of parameters, or order of parameters. Okay, so ibig sabihin po nito guys, in method overloading, magkakaroon po tayo ng method name na magkakapareho. Okay, ang pinagkaiba lang po nila is yung number of parameters. It can have one or more parameter. It can have a different type of parameter or the arrangement of parameters dun sa method name po natin na yon. The basic syntax for method overloading, kung mapapansin po natin dito, we have yung method name po natin. Okay, so method name can be any name for the method. Tapos inside the parentheses, we have the data type ng mga parameters po natin. Okay, so makikita natin dun sa first na method po natin, we only have one parameter. Dun sa second, meron siyang dalawang parameter. Dun sa third, meron siyang tatlong parameter. Yun po ang pinagkakaiba nila, the number of parameters inside the method. Pero kung papansinin natin, yung method name po natin, magkakapareho po sila. So this is the basic syntax of a method overloading. So here, each method has the same name, performs the same general task, and accept different inputs. Okay? So, yung method po natin na yun, magkakapareho sila ng pangalan. Tapos, dapat magkapareho din sila ng trabaho. Let's say, if you have add number, tapos yung isang method na add number, it accept 2 parameters. Yung isa, it accept 3 parameters. So, yun lang po yung pinagkakaiba dapat nila. So, when to use method overloading? Use method overloading when the method performs the same logical task, right? So, dapat magkapareho sila ng trabaho. The task requires different kind or amount of data. Magkaiba lang sila ng number of parameters. You want to avoid confusing method name. So, let's say, add numbers, add 2 numbers, add 3 numbers, add 4 numbers. Why not create one method name? Let's say, add numbers lang, tapos yung isa, it accept 2 numbers. Yung isa, it accept 3 numbers. Yung isa, it accept 4 numbers. So, it will avoid confusion. So, when not to use method overloading? Avoid method overloading when the method performs completely different tasks. Kapag magkaiba talaga sila ng trabaho. The method name be misleading. And the difference between the method is unclear. Okay? So, kapag misleading siya, ibig sabihin po nito, the method is unclear or the work of the method is unclear. So, now guys, punta po tayo sa IDLE natin at balikan po natin yung code natin dun sa method. Kung hindi pa natin napanood yung method and hindi pa natin nakita yung example natin doon, I'll be placing the link down below or dyan sa taas ng screen nyo para makita nyo po yung code natin dun sa method natin na yun. So, here, just a recap, pag niran kasi natin tong code natin doon, it will ask the user to enter yung prelim grade po natin. So, let's say 85. The midterm grade, let's say 75. And the final grade, let's say 90. Tapos, i-compute niya po yung average and it will give the status. So, ganun lang po siya. Now, guys, in some cases kasi, some universities or colleges in the Philippines, kung minsan wala kasing prelim. Okay? Dalawa lang yung exam. We have the midterm and the final exam. Dahil doon, we're going to convert yung code natin dito into method overloading. So, dito, we're going to ask first, how many exams ang kinonduct during the school year? Then, kung dalawa, we're going to create another method na magko-compute ng average. Pero ang i-divide lang natin is dapat divided by 2 kasi dalawa lang. We have the midterm and the finals. Okay? So, first, dito muna tayo sa main method po natin. Okay? We're going to edit this one. And ang papalitan lang po natin or idadagdag natin is tatanungin muna natin si user, how many exams ang kinonduct sa school year na yon? Do we have 3 exams or 2 exams lang? So, copy this code first and I'll be explaining kung anong ibig niyang sabihin. So here guys, meron tayong dinagdag na console that right. Is there a prelim exam? Y/N. So Y and N na lang siguro ilalagay muna natin dito para dun sa input ni user kung meron tayong prelim. Okay? So we have here answer as our variable. It will hold the answer na input ni user. Then after that, we have a condition here. If the answer is equal to Y, ang gagawin po natin is ika-copy paste lang po natin itong nandito. Ilalagay lang natin siya dun sa loob ng curly bracket. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, mag input si user ng prelim, mag-input din siya ng midterm, mag-input siya ng finals, and i-compute yung average grade using the method na compute average grade natin. At makikita natin dito, ang ipapasa po niya is the prelim, midterm, and the final exam score. Tapos dito nakita natin, nung nilipat natin yung average grade dito sa loob, nagkaroon na tayo ng error dito. Okay? So, ibig sabihin po niyan, kailangan nating ilabas yung declaration ng average grade po natin. Lagay lang natin siya before the condition. And mag-equal na lang tayo dyan ng equal to 0. Tapos tanggalin natin yung double dito kasi double declaration po yan. Okay? So, nawala na po yung error natin. Now, let's try to run the program. Tignan natin kung similar pa rin yung output kanina. So, ngayon guys, makikita natin dito is there a prelim exam Y/N na prompt po natin dito. So, technically, si user na mag-i-input po siya ng sagot niya, it's either Y or N. So, let's say, nag-input po siya ng Y. Makikita natin, it will ask yung prelim grade po niya. So, subukan lang ulit natin yung in-input natin kanina. We have 85, 75 para sa midterm, then 90 para dun sa final exam. So, if we're going to observe, the output is similar dun kanina. So, paano naman kapag wala silang prelim? Okay, let's say, N ang in-input ni user. So, for that one, guys, maglagay lang tayo dito ng else. So, para sa else naman, ang input na lang po ni user is midterm and finals. So, copy this one. Paste lang natin siya dito na part. So, ngayon, kapag midterm and finals lang siya, kapag tinawag natin itong method natin na compute average, dalawa lang ay mapapasa natin. Okay? Kasi wala na tayong prelim. But if we're going to observe, puntahan natin yung method po natin. Ito yung compute average po natin. Okay? It accepts 3 parameters. Doon po tayo nagkakaroon ng method overloading. So, method overloading, again, similar po sila ng pangalan. Similar sila ng trabaho, pero magkaiba sila ng bilang ng parameters. So, ang gagawin natin dito, copy this one, Control-C, Control-V. Magkakaroon tayo ng dalawang method na magkapareho. Dito sa isa, it will accept 2 parameters only. Okay? Mag-accept lang siya ng M for the midterm and F for the finals. And of course, ang i-compute niya na lang po is wala na po yung P, then divided by 2. This is an example of method overloading. Ngayon, kapag tinawag natin siya sa taas, dito sa my main method po natin, pwede natin kopyahin tong part na ito. I-paste din natin siya inside the else. Tatanggalin lang natin si prelim. Kasi itong method po natin na compute average grade na isa accepts only 2 parameters, which is the midterm and the finals. So now, let's try to run the program. Let's say si user nag-input siya ng N. Walang prelim exam during the school year. Okay, so we have midterm lang po as the first input. Let's say 85. Then the final exam is 90. So average po niya is 87 and the status is pass. Similar dun po sa una kanina. Ang pinagkaiba, wala lang pong prelim exam. Now let's try another problem. Let's say sending school notifications. Imagine a school notification system used by the teacher or administrator to send announcements to the students. Not all announcements are the same. Sometimes the school will send a simple message. Let's say, classes are suspended today. Ganun lang siya. Sometimes naman, the message needs a subject. Let's say the subject is announcement. The message is, classes are suspended today. Sometimes the message is urgent and needs a special attention. Let's say the subject is urgent. The message is, classes are suspended today. Then the priority is urgent. Kung titignan po natin, yung message po na ito or the notifications, yung isa, message lang. Yung isa, may subject. At tapos may message. Yung isa, may subject, may message, and may priority. Okay? So here, pwede ulit nating paganahin pwede ulit nating gamitin yung method overloading. So dito po ulit tayo sa mga IDLE po natin. Then copy this code first and I'll be explaining kung ano ibig niyang sabihin. Okay guys, so here we have the using system, then we have the public class program. So ito yung magiging class po natin. Then inside the class is we have the public static void main. This will be our main method. Then gagawa tayo ng method wherein ang pangalan po is send a message. So dito sa method natin na ito, ang una po natin isa-send muna is yung simple message. The classes are suspended today. So for that, yung method po natin, gagawin ulit natin inside the class. Sa baba na lang po ng void main po natin. So guys, ito yung una nating method na send message. Makikita natin dito, void po siya. Wala tayong i-return kasi magde-display lang naman siya ng message. Then inside the parentheses is we have yung variable po natin na message. Ang data type po niya is string. So itong message po na to, ito po yung pinasa natin which is classes are suspended today. So ang gagawin lang po ng method na to is to display yung message po natin na classes are suspended today. So now, let's try to run this one. Makikita natin dito, we have the message na prompt natin. Yun po yung nandito na part and yung message natin na pinasa which is classes are suspended today. Now, paano naman kapag meron siyang subject? Okay, kung minsan kasi hindi pare-pareho yung ini-input. Merong subject kung minsan message lang. Okay, so para hindi natin i-edit parati yung method, we can create another method again using method overloading. Ang gagawin ulit natin dito is to copy paste this one at maglalagay lang tayo dito ng isa pang variable or parameter. Ang gagawin lang natin is magdagdag lang tayo dito ng isa pang parameter. So let's say string subject. Okay, so here, dito sa second natin na send message na method, dalawa po ang parameter niya. So we have the subject and the message. So we're going to print lang po yung subject. Ito po yung prompt natin na subject, tapos ito yung pinasa ni user. So, if the user will input dalawang parameter dun po sa send message po natin, ang gagamitin niya po na method is itong part na ito. So, let's say naglagay siya dyan ng announcement. So, kapag ganyan pong nangyari, hindi po ito ang ira-run or kukunin na method. Ang kukunin na method is yung dalawa po ang i-accept na parameter. Okay? Now, let's try to run. Makikita natin ngayon dito, we have the subject, yung announcement na nilagay po ni user dito sa taas. And yung message po niya, yung classes are suspended today. So, paano naman kapag meron yung urgent? Again, hindi natin to i-edit. Copy-paste na lang ulit natin siya, tsaka tayo magdagdag dito sa pang-third ng isa pang parameter. Okay, so dito mayroon tayong boolean na lang siguro para siya yung magsabi kung true or false na urgent yung message. Okay, so dito we have subject na ipiprint, yung message, tapos yung urgent. So we have the condition na lang po. Copy this code first and I'll explain kung ano ibig niyang sabihin. So, dito we have yung condition po natin if is urgent. Kapag true ang pinasa ni user, it will display yung priority urgent na message po natin. Okay, so let's say meron tayo ng announcement, classes are suspended today as the message, tapos naglagay siya dyan ng true. Okay, so ibig sabihin, urgent po siya. Now, if we're going to run this one, makikita natin we have yung subject po natin, announcement, yung message natin, classes suspended today, then yung priority is urgent. So, ganun po siya guys. Kung mapapansin natin dito, we have 3 send message po na method. Ang pinagkaiba po nila are the number of parameters inside nung method po natin na yon. So, this is method overloading. Kung nagustuhan tong video na to, don't forget to like, and kung gusto mo pang matuto about computer programming and other computer stuff, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more tutorial videos. Bye!